Hello, hello, and today I have the puzzle 1234 by Abdul the Killer, friend of the channel, and the rules are as follows. I've got all this shading, which is, as far as I can tell, in all of their puzzles. Maybe there are a couple that do not have this, but either that the shading is given or that you have to deduce it. But anyway, the shading rule tells you if a cell is adjacent, including diagonally, to this number, to the digit that is one less than it within its box. So for example, this cell is shaded. So let's say we're a 5. What that shaded cell would tell me is that this 5 means that the 4 in the box is adjacent to it somewhere around it. Now, it doesn't work across boxes. If there were a 5 here and there were a 4 up here, this would not satisfy the shading of this box. It's very much within a box constraint. And it's global and it's exhaustive. So if I had a 5 here, that would tell me that within the box, 4 is not adjacent to it. So 4 would be in one of those cells. So we have that everywhere throughout the grid. We have some algebra where there are 9 different letters in the words 1, 2, 3, 4, and those 9 letters all represent a unique digit. And then another rule here is that the center square of every box, so these 9 squares, are going to make its own magic square. So I will explain that, I guess, after I restart the timer. But those are all the rules. And a magic square means that because there's 9 digits, the digits 1 to 9, the sum of that magic square is going to be 15. So every row, every column, and every diagonal in that 3 by 3 square is going to sum to 15. So that's what the magic square means. So let's restart time, and then I'll explain about magic squares a bit. So there's actually only one 3 by 3 magic square. I'll do it over here just for explanation purposes, but it's eventually going to go in here. In those central squares. And the way to think about, because I don't actually have memorized how that square is laid out, but there's only one way to do it. And the way to think about it is to think about how can you sum to 15 with the digits 1 to 9. And in particular, one digit is going to be quite special, a central digit, and it's special because it is the digit that is kind of most easy to pair with other digits to sum to 15. So for example, let's say I wanted to put a 1 here. Well, that'd be really hard because these 2 digits would have to add up to 14, these would have to add up to 14, these would have to add up to 14, these would have to add up to 14, right? So in order for that to work, I would need 4 different digit pairs that add up to 14, but in the digits 1 to 9, there are only 2, right? 5, 9, and 6, 8. So I can't possibly put a 1 there, I can't put a 9 there for the same reason. Now 6 kind of looks promising because you might think, well, if there's 6 here, I need 9 in all of these possible, in each of the adjacent cells, right? So those sum to 9, those sum to 9, those sum to 9. And there are 4 different ways to sum to 9. The problem is one of them uses a 6, right? So there are a lot of numbers like that, not a lot, there are a couple numbers like that where 4 and 6 in particular, that have that property. And so what we need is a digit that has 4 different ways of summing to the complement of 15. By that I mean, if this is a 4, the complement's 11 to get to 15. And so what digit can I have here that has a complement that has at least 4 ways to sum to 15 that doesn't use itself? The only digit like that is 5. 5 is the only digit like that. 5, the complement is 10, and there are 4 different ways to sum to 10, and none of them use 5. It's 1, 9, 2, 8, 3, 7, 4, 6. So I know 5 is going to be in the center. And now the thing I kind of remember is that then either it's all evens in between kind of the edges and the corners. One of them are all the evens and one of them are all the odds, and I can never remember which is which, but I can probably figure it out. So right, it's the reason that's true is because if you look at these outer sums, right? These 3 digits sum to I guess if you know it's all one way or the other, then this makes sense. It can tell you which way is which. But how would I deduce that it is that way? So each of these sums is going to sum to 15, right? And so the only way to sum to 15 is either you have 2 evens and an odd or 3 odds. Right? That's the only way you can do it. And it turns out the way we're going to do it is with 2 evens and an odd. So we're going to have 2 evens in the corners and odds in the center, and then in every way we'll have 2 evens and 2 odds. Now, how do I know it's going to be that way, not some other way? Well, the reason I know that is because across from each other, they have to have the same parity. Because these are going to sum to 10 because I have 5 in the middle. So across from the 5, these are going to sum to 10. So they're either both even or both odd. And that's going to be true. It's not necessarily true. Those don't have to be the same parity, obviously. It turns out they do, but it's not obvious to me, at least, why those would have to have the same parity. But these have to have the same parity, these have to have the same parity, right? Everywhere across the 5, they've got to match parity. And now, because of that, I can then do something like, well, if this one here is 3 odds, then this one's 3 odds as well, because they have to match parity across the 5. So then I have 6 odds in the box, 7 odds if I include the 5, which doesn't work. And that's going to be true no matter which one I do. So they're all are going to be 2 odds and an even. That's going to be true at every single section, right? 2 odds and an even, 2 odds and an even, 2 odds and an even, no matter how I do it. So this is going to be 2 odds and an even. Now suppose it's not the corners are odd and the middle is even. So suppose I had something like 2, 4, 9, something like that. So that sums to 15. And you might think, well, that's fine. Now what's going to happen? What's the problem with this? The problem is this even up here is going to put it even down here, right? And then, so this is going to be even. In fact, it's going to be 8. And then this has to be even because I have even, even, odd. So this is going to be an even number. The only one left is 6. But 6 also has to go here, right, across from the 4. So basically, if I have even, even, odd, so if I have even in the middle, let me put it a different way. Suppose I have even in the middle. Then I need even, well, let's just do it with shading, so I'm not using specific numbers. Suppose I have even in the middle. Then I have even over here as well. These have to be odd by, sorry, no, this is the way it, no, that's not the way it is. This is the way it's not. If this is even, then that has to be even. Now I have 1 even and 1 odd. By symmetry, it doesn't matter which is which, but I have even and odd, something like that. I can do it the other way. It'll be disproved the same way. Across from here, I need even to make the 10 work, but now I need a 5th even here to make this line work. It just doesn't work. So it's got to be evens in the corners and odds in the center squares. And more importantly, I know that a thing about this shading constraint is that in the center of a box, it's basically always shaded. So if you look at these 9 cells, 8 of them are shaded and 1 is not. There's only 1 digit that's not going to be shaded. It's the central square is going to be shaded every other digit except for this one. That digit is 1. So I know there's a 1 here. Oops, I'm in color mode. I know there's a 1 here because this central square is adjacent to every other digit in the box. So no matter what this digit is between 2 and 9, the digit 1 less than it is going to be adjacent to it. It's going to be seen, it's going to be 1 away somewhere in that box because all of those digits are going to appear. The only way that's not going to be true is if I have a 1 here. So now that I have a 1 here, I know that the 5 is going to go in the middle from the discussion of the magic square, and this has to sum to 15, so that has to be my 9. So we get this right away from this magic square. And then, let's see, I can put 1s over here and here. I'm going to get, so another rule about this shading constraint, I've done a lot of these puzzles, so I have a bunch of shortcuts, is unless it's 9, so 9 doesn't have this property because there's no digit 1 higher than it, but for every other digit, the digit 1 higher than it is going to be shaded. So in this one, in box 2, with the 1 in the center, one of these shaded cells is going to be the 2. And I know that because wherever the 2 is in this box, it is adjacent to the 1. For the same reason that the center box is almost always shaded, right? It's adjacent to every other digit in the box. There's the number 1 higher than it, again, 9 doesn't have a digit higher than it, so it's not going to count. The digit higher than it has to be adjacent to the 1 somewhere. So wherever the 2 is, it's going to be shaded, and the contrapositive of that is that the 2 is in a shaded box. So 2 is going to be over here. Well, I almost have 2 is over here, but not quite, because I could put a 2 in the corners here. I can't put a 2 in the center. I can't put 2 right here, because that's going to force a 1 next to it in the box. But I suppose it could be in a corner. And I'm looking at this algebra and seeing where are the ones going to be in this puzzle. So it's probably E, because it's not E. No, sorry, that's E. It's not O or T, because those appear in 2 as shaded cells, and 1 can never be shaded because there's no digit less than it, so it's never adjacent to 0. So O and T are not 1. So 1 in this box is actually one of those squares, which is kind of strange. Can 1 be R? 1 can't be R because of this corner marking here. Well, 1 can be F. So 1 is either E or F. But that does mean 1's not here. So 1 is there, which means it's not here. And it's one of these spots. I can probably do something, like if 1 is F, it's here. If 1 is E, it's here. So 1 can't be here because, again, 1 is either E or F. For the same reason 1's not here, it's not in those spots. Can 1 be here? Probably can be. If 1's here, it's not E, so it's F. And that's there. Yeah, that still works. Okay. Okay, so I know 6's are over here. Does that tell me something? Probably not. This T, there's multiple T's kind of looking at each other here. Lots of E's. E's probably 1 though. Or it's not, I mean, if F is 1, that would probably do something really restrictive on E's. Yeah, suppose E is not 1 actually. Can I do something like that? Suppose E is not 1. No, I'm not sure. What about O's? O's down. O is one of those 2 squares. I have no here as well. I'm tempted to put like O here. I'm going to refrain for now. Okay, let's do more magic square. So across from a 1, I have 14. 5 and 9 are taken, so this has to be 6, 8. The other evens, whoops. The other evens have to go. Sorry, I have to get to numbers. What is going on? Okay. Then the other corners are the other evens. Those have to be 2, 4. 1, 9 are down here. I get 3, 7 over here. Does that do anything? It seems like there's kind of something happening with these 2's and 4's. Like 2 and 4, so these 3 letters are not 2 or 4 or 9. I don't know why. I don't know what that's going to do. Well, how about with the 6, 8? W is 6. There's no other W though. So 7 or 9 has to be one of those. That's really not helpful at all. T is up here. Oh, O is in both of these actually. So O is odd. O is not 6, 8 or 2, 4. And it's not 1 or 9. And it's not 5 because 5 is already taken. So it's 3 or 7 actually. So this is 3 or 7. Can I eliminate, what happens if this is 7? If this is 7, I mean, that's going to work really well with a 6 here, probably. I mean, or 8 here, actually. Oh, wait, what about this? Is this something? No. It's close. Like, if this is 7, that makes this 8. And then 7, 6. Now that works. What if it's 3? If it's 3, I get a 3 down here. That seems okay, though. Is there something wrong with this being a 3? I don't know. I don't see why. Okay. Maybe I've got to do different letter. E's is probably 1. T's. What is T? I don't have much on T. So now 2 is actually not either of those. If I can get rid of 2 from here, I could put 2 down here. Well, I'm not sure what that gets me either. 2's not here. So if 2 is in one of these squares, it tells me where 1 is as well. I'd have a 2-1 combo. Oh, and 2's not R. Oh, what letter is 2? Because 2's not anything in the number 4. It's not those. It's not E. It's not H, because 2's not next to 1. H is not next to 1. So hold on, what's left? 2 can't be E, because that puts a 1 here. So 2's not E. Can I highlight E's? No. It's not E. It's not R. It's the only R. It's not O. It's not U. Oh, it's not R because of that as well. It's not F because it's 2-4 pair. 2 could be N. It can't be H because that's not next to a 1 and it's shaded. It's not next to whatever the 1 is. So it's N or T. 2 is N or T. That still works with 3. I could have 2 as T. Oh. What happens if 2 is T? If 2 is T, it's here. And then what? And then 2 is down here somewhere. I don't know. I mean, N is only one spot, so I can't really... Well, if this is 2, that puts 1 down here, actually. It makes F 1. Was there a problem with F being 1? With N also being 2? Wait, no, sorry, no. If N is... It's the other way. It's shaded. If N is 1... If N is 2, E is 1. That seems okay as well. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do. Oh, sorry. 5 is R. I should have noticed that before. 5 is R, which puts, it's unshaded, so that puts a 4 in one of these. This is now a 1-4 pair, because 4 can't go here. And that makes O 7, because 3 would be next to the 4, wherever it is, unshaded. So O is 7. There we go. And I said that does something here, right? If this is 7, 7 can't go next to 6, so that is 8, which means W is 6, and the 6 is fulfilled here. 8, for the rule we said before, has to have a 9 outside of it. 7 can't have 6, but that's too many choices to highlight, I think. Did I miss shading any 7s? No, those are all the O's. So let's see. 5, 6, 9, 7 are done. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. Yeah. 8. What is 8? Because it's not NET. So 8 is either H or F. I don't know which is more likely. They both seem fine. Oh no, 8 can't be F because if 8's here, 7 has to go across from it because in an unshaded cell on an edge, the number less than to it is not any of those, so it's over here, but the 7 is taken. So F is not 8, H is 8, which puts a 7 in one of these spots. I'm going to get rid of the 6. I don't think that's so helpful right now. It's kind of cluttering the space. This is a 1-4 pair, so 3, I was going to say 3 is not here, but it could be. We have 4, 3. So that actually doesn't tell me much. Do I know something about those two cells? Probably not. Oh, one of them's 6 because of the 7. So now I do want a 6 over here. I had a 6 over here because of this 5. So 6 is up here. That puts a 6 in one of those spots. But I already know 5's over here. So that's not so helpful yet. I really like this 1-4 relating to 7 thing. That was cool. I'm hoping I can get something else like that. No. 8. Well, 8's not here by the same reason can't get a 7. So 8's either here with a 7 up here, or 8's over here with, oh sorry, 7 can be here. Yeah, this could be 8, 7. Yeah, 8, 7 is possible. Actually, this is kind of hard. It could be 4, I guess, because it can't be 8. So this is next to one of those, or it's 4. I'm just getting silly. Okay. Can I do more with 1s now that I have this 1-4 pair? Probably not. Let's see, what's over here? 2, 3, 6, 8. 6 can't go here next to the, oh, I already have the 6. 2 and 3 are both in here. So either they're across from each other. They can't both be on the gray squares. Well, one of them's 6, so of course they can't. They could both be here. And then I have 6, 8, that would be fine. Or I could have 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, something like that might work. I think, yeah, there's just too many possibilities. Okay. Oh, that's not 7, sorry, because of the 3, 7 pair. That's not 7, this is 7, which means this is the 6, because it has to be next to the 7. We get 8, 7, 6, 5 here, and that ends this chain. Well, those are no longer, those can't be 9 because of this 8. So we get 9 over here now. E can't be 9 because E would be next to an 8 and unshaded over there. So what are the other digits? 2, 3, 4. That's not 4. That's 2 or 3. Can't be 2 because it's not next to a 1. So that's a 3. Has to be next to a 2. So this is a 1, 4, 9. This can't be 1, and this can't be 9. I don't think we have any other restriction. There's something on 4s, I don't think. Yeah, because 3 and 5 both satisfy all those positions for 4. Okay, but I feel like that's a lot of progress. 8, 7, what's in this column? We need a 6 and, oh, 2's not. 2 here gets rid of, oops. Those makes that 2, gives me a 2 over here. And so I'm left with 3 and 8 as possibilities in the other cells here. I could probably do something with T now. T's not 2, so N is 2. There are no other N's, right? E is just 1 or 4, because this E is 1 or 4. So what digits am I missing now? 2 got just put in. So we had 1, 3, 4. Is that it? E, T, and F are 1, 3, and 4. F is not 4. So F is 1 or 3. But it can't be 3. Oh, this is cool because it works both ways on this. So this is shaded and this is not. So if it's 3, this couldn't be 2 because 3 is next to 2, so 3 got to be shaded. But it can't be 4 either. Oh no, sorry, it can't be 4. I had it backwards. Okay, 3 works here because that could be 4. Sorry, I don't know what I was thinking there. But this is a 1, 3, 4 triple, I guess. This is not 3. So if this is not 3, so if f is 3 and this is not, I get a 1, 4 pair here. Oh, 2 has to go next to 1. Sorry, much easier. That's 1, that's 3, that's 4. T is 4, E is 1. Yeah, that's going to do a lot of work. 1's not here, it's here. So 1 is here. Oh, did I do that wrong? No, I did that right. 2 is next to 1. So it couldn't be this one, actually, because this could never have been 1 because of this T. But 2 was not next to 1 here, so I had to go there. 1 is now here. I think we're done with 1s. Or we should be if I fill them in. Oh, hold on. No, I just did that wrong, right? Yeah, I think I was like, why do I have 2 3s next to each other? I think, oh, it's supposed to be 7. I do remember that from earlier. Okay, I should probably get rid of this 9 highlighting because it's only one cell is not covering at this point. So these are 3, 5, 6, 9. 6 not there. The 6 also by the 7 is here. 3 can't go here. Can't go here. So 3 is one of those. 5 can't go here is it, I think. Yeah, so that's not as helpful. 5, 9. This is 5 or 9, almost. So is this a 3, 5, 9 triple? Yeah. And this is 3 or 9. But it can't be 9 because it needs an 8 here, which it can't be. So that's 3. So this is a 5, 9 pair. Oops. That's 3, that's 6. Yeah, that all works out. I think, what are these 2 digits? They are 5 and 9. I don't know how those go yet. Is there a shading rule I know? Probably not yet. Okay. Okay, and these digits are from 4, 7, and 8. But not 7. So 4, 8 over here and 6, 7 over here. So now I know that 8 is going to go next to 7 in some order, and 5 is not going to go next to 4. Oh, hold on. Yeah, it's going to be 5, 8, 7. One of these is going to be 5, 8, 7, and the other one is going to be 9, 4, 6. And I know which way it goes because I have a 6 in the row. So what did I just say? Next to the 7 has to be the 8, and the 9 can't go next to the 8. So we get this way. Those 2 cells are 2 and 9. Do I know how they go? The 2 can't go. 2 has to be shaded next to the 1. And then these digits then are 3, 5, 8. 5 can't go next to the 4 here if it's unshaded. 8 can't go next to the 7 here if it's unshaded. So that fixes all this. Probably as soon as I had this, I should have done the magic square. How long has that been sitting there? 2 and 4, at least it wasn't Sudoku. These 2 digits are 6 and 8. I know how that goes by Sudoku. These 3 digits are 5, 7, 9. 5 can't go next to the 4 unshaded. But I think that's it actually there. This is now 4, 9 pair. Still nothing. I should know these cells though. These should be 2 and 8, meaning this is 6 and 3. Yeah, I kept forgetting the magic square. I feel like I probably could have done this a bit faster if I had remembered to do the magic square. 2, 2. 2 is one of those. Can't be shaded next to the 1. So we get 2 here. 2 is one of these. It has to be shaded next to the 1. I can probably finish 2s now. No, I can't finish 2s. I got a next swing on 2s left. Okay, but I will mark that just to speed it up later. About 4s. 4 can't be here, so it's one of those 2, one of these 2. Unfortunately, I think that's all I'm going to get. Yeah, I don't see what 3 with 4s. How about 3s? These, They both work with 2. They both could work with 2. So wherever the 3 is, the 2 is going to be next to it. 3, no, 3. So one of those is a 3. Yeah, I get this kind of bent something. Okay. What digits do I know something about? Maybe... No, because I don't have anything with 5s, so the 6s aren't going to be that helpful unless there's a missing Sudoku. And I'm just not seeing. Oh, 7. So speaking of Sudoku, 7 is there. 7 is here, not there. So one of these 2 is 7. So I don't get 8 here. So 8 is one of those. Is that helpful at all? Probably not. Yeah, I don't see it. Okay. What about 8s? Yes, I got a Sudoku 8 here. That means I got an 8 here. This has to be 4, 9, 8 triple, right? Because this is 4, 9. I didn't miss something. Yeah. This can't be 4. So this is 8 or 9. I don't think there's any... This can't be 8 because it'd put a 7 over here. I think we already said that even. 9, 4, 9, 8. That puts a 7 here. That puts a 7 here because it can't be here in the column. It can't be here by the shading. So that's 7. That's 9. We get a 6 down here, which puts a 6 here. I probably can tell you where the 6 is. This can't be 6 because there's no 5 next to it. So that's 6. What are the cells I have left? 5 and 4. This can't be 5, so there's no 4 next to it, so that's the 4, that's the 5. I think the shading all works there. So that puts 9 here. I know these now, they are 2 and 6. This 6 can't be next to a 5, so it's got to be 6, 5 here with a 2. This then is 7, 8. 9 can't go next to the 8 because it's not shaded, so I get 7 and 8. 8 tells me this, and the 2 has to be next to the 3 for the shading. This becomes 3, 4, 5, 9. 5 is not here or here, so 5 goes here. And then that can't go next to a 4. I should just know this is by Sudoku. This is a 3. And then, do I get the Sudoku the other way? No, but this can't be 4 because it's not next to the 3. So that all seems to work okay. And then I have 3, 4, 5, 9 here. That's 9. That's 4. Which means this must be 3, and this is 5. And I don't think they, have solution checks, but I will go through and just make sure that that is right before posting. But I think it's right. I kind of briefly looked at the boxes, and all the shading seemed to work. But the Sudoku works, and I think the letters work. So, I don't know, feel pretty good about that. Anyway, thanks for watching, thanks for studying this, and I will see you all next time.